Is News Boom at 6. I'm Stephen Compton. First, the headline. Liberia National Police confirmed that youth exposed Deputy Minister for Youth Development, who is at the center of a rape controversy, is yet to be formally arrested, despite a report confirming that the victim was tampered with. Alternative National Congress political leader Elizana Cummings challenges the government of Liberia to focus its anti-drug effort on tackling drug importers. Cummings described the widespread of drug abuse in the country as a national tragedy. The Secretary General of the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change, Jefferson Koji, accuses President Boakai and the Unity Party government of engaging in what he describes as economic terrorism against political opponents and the Liberian people. And away from Liberia now, former Arsenal footballer Thomas Partey has denied raping two women and sexually assaulting a third woman. Details of these developments, the news bulletin, and the voices of the news makers are all packaged. We are taking a very short break to be right back. Welcome back. Up next is the bulletin of news with Sam Ann.
The Federal National Police has confirmed that Brian McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, is under investigation in connection with a rape allegation. Speaking Wednesday at the LNP headquarters in Monrovia, Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman noted that the Deputy Minister is the subject of an active and thorough investigation being led by a special investigative team. Police Inspector General I.G. Coleman also disclosed that high ranking government officials, including other deputy ministers, have been summoned for questioning as part of the broader investigation. Additionally, the LNP has petitioned the court to subpoena Deputy Minister Brian McGill call log to help determine his whereabouts at the time of the alleged incident. The Alternative National Congress political leader, Alexander Cummings, has issued a strong call to the Liberian government to focus its anti-drug efforts on targeting drug importers. He emphasized that tackling the source of illicit substance is crucial in addressing Liberia's growing drug crisis. Speaking Wednesday to a large crowd of disadvantaged youth in West Point community, Alexander Cummings expressed deep concern over the devastating impact of drugs on Liberia's young population. He described the widespread use of drugs as a national tragedy that continues to ruin the future of many young people. Alexander Cummings also stressed that the situation demands urgent and compromising action from all sectors of society, especially the government. The ANC political leader also acknowledged that the fight against drugs should involve everyone, including communities, civil society, families, but also the primary responsibility rests with the government. The opposition leader comments came amid growing public frustration over the Unity Party led government handling of drug related issues in the country. The chairperson of the Women's Legislative Caucus, Representative Ellen Atare, has called for swift and impartial justice in the case involving the alleged rape of a 14-year-old girl by Deputy Minister for Youth Development at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Brian McGill. In a statement issued Tuesday, Representative Ellen Arterre strongly condemned all forms of sexual and gender-based violence, reaffirming the caucus's unwavering support for the survivor. She underscored the urgent need for the case to be handled with transparency, fairness, and accountability. Representative Ray also called on the executive branch of government to launch an immediate, independent, and comprehensive investigation into the matter to ensure justice is served. The Secretary General of the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change, Jefferson Koji, has accused President Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party government of engaging in what he described as economic terrorism against political opponents. In a statement issued on his social media page, Jefferson alleged that the Liberian Petroleum Refining Company, under the leadership of Amos Ware, is being used as a political weapon to undermine private sector operators. Jefferson Koji accused Ware of breaching Article 34D of the country's constitution by ensuring the U.S. $9 million loan from EcoBank without legislative approval. He further claimed that Amos Ware violated the Public Procurement and Concession Commission Act by allowing LPRC to act as both regulator and importer of petroleum products, creating what he described as a conflict of interest that erodes transparency. The CDC Secretary General further criticized LPRC new pricing, which reduces storage fees for private importers from 0.35% to 0.20 per gallon, while exempting FPRC on imports. According to Jefferson Koji, the move represents predatory pricing intended to force private operators out of business. He argued that these actions contradict President Walker's arrest agenda, which promised to prioritize private sector led growth, among others, while also urging Liberians to resist what he termed the weaponization of state institutions. A women's advocacy group operating under the banner Liberian Women Against Rape and Gender Based Violence has criticized the Ministry of Gender for what it described as the ministry failure to act on rape allegations involving Brian Mangale, Deputy Minister for Youth at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The group said it stands on part of a broader effort to advocate for justice for women and girls in Liberia and ensure that the perpetrators of rape and gender based violence are held accountable regardless of their status or position in government. In a petition presented Wednesday at the Ministry of Gender, the women's group raised alarm over what it described as growing wave of rape and domestic violence cases across Liberia. Reading the petition Wednesday at the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the group chairperson, Cotto Kennedy, expressed frustration over the ministry's alleged silence on gender based violence cases. According to her, Liberia has recorded 759 rape cases under the Unity Party led government. Its statistics they reflect a worsening crisis, they said, that pose a significant threat to the safety and dignity of women and girls nationwide. They stress the need for an immediate and transparent investigation into all outstanding cases, including the one involving Bryant McGill. The group further call on the ministry to prioritize support services for survivors and ensure that government institutions work collaboratively to protect women's rights. Responding to the petition, the deputy gender minister assured the group that their concerns will be addressed and reaffirmed the unit part of the government's commitment to combating gender-based violence. Over 5,000 citizens in Monterrey County have benefited from a free medical treatment provided by Care Incorporated. citizens in 5 different locations, including Pittsville, Brewerville, Virginia, and other parts of the country, beneficiaries of the initiative. Speaking to reporters, the founder of Community Action for Reintegration and Empowerment, Conrad Bajwa, asserted that the medical initiative is aimed at rendering assistance to the underprivileged. He revealed that the complexity of health issues in Liberia assuring of a collective solution. Mr. Bajwa assured citizens of advanced treatment for eyes, including cataract surgery and other medical services, stressing the accessibility of medical supplies to Liberians. Also speaking, the research director at Cari Incorporated, Paul Hazard Tan, noted there are numerous medical challenges confronting Liberians, including malaria, typhoid, and high blood pressure, among others. He called for advanced medical efforts in reaching out to citizens in the rural parts of the country. An officer of the Moravia State Corporation identified as Major Francis Johnson is facing serious accusations of persistently failing to provide financial and emotional support for his 13-year-old child, despite a court speaking to reporters in Morovia Wednesday. The child's mother, Jimamu Nanti, detailed the long history surrounding Mayor Johnson's involvement in the child's life. Nanti recounted that at the time of the child's birth, Mayor Johnson, late father, was the sole source of assistance, stepping in to support her through the challenging early stages of motherhood. She further elaborated when the child was approximately 2 to 3 years old. Mayor Francis Johnson reappeared and offered an apology to her and the family, noting that the gesture of reconciliation was accepted by the family. However, Nati asserted that following this period, Mayor Johnson largely abandoned his paternal responsibility for the past 5 years. A local humanitarian organization, Gopelev Foundation, has extended support to 20 schools in Lima County through the distribution of school materials and scholarships. Speaking during the presentation at Sosenli School in Tue River Education District, the foundation spokesperson, Daniel Gade, said the initiative is aimed at easing the financial burden on parents, many of whom struggle to send their children to school. He emphasized that providing educational materials would significantly support parents' efforts in part of NEMA. Mr. Gade also clarified that the initiative is politically neutral and stems from a childhood promise fulfilled by the foundation CEO, Madam Fifi Dokuna, who is currently based in the United States. Gopule Foundation has committed to awarding 4 scholarships to at least 40 students across 20 selected grades, starting with Seoul Senate Public School. And the Supreme Court of Liberia has dismissed an appeal challenging the outcome of Nema County District Number 5 by-election, effectively affirming the victory of Mr. Thomas Cotter Kwaguya and MDR party in its ruling delivered on September 17. The court upheld the decision of the National Elections Commission, which had declared Mr. Kwaguya the winner of the election. Mr. Made Wongwe of the Rebuilders Party filed the appeal, alleging vote irregularities and suppression across 69 polling places. He had called for a full recount of the results. According to the National Elections Commission, Mr. Kure secured 196 votes, defeating Mr. Wongwe by a margin of 2,481 votes. However, the Supreme Court found that the appeal lacked merit and did not comply with procedure requirements. With this decision, Mr. Kriya officially confirmed as the representative of Nema County, District 5.
Sam Andrews there with the news bulletin is a regular featured on King's Newsroom. 45 minutes of news about Liberia and the rest of our one globe. One of our top developments this evening, Liberia National Police discloses that Youth and Sports Deputy Minister for Youth Development, who is at the center of the rape controversy, has not been arrested officially, despite report confirming that the victim was temporary. We are taking a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you voices of the news makers. Welcome back. Let's now take our first development. The Liberia National Police has confirmed that Brian McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth Development at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, on an investigation in connection with rape allegation. Speaking Wednesday at the LP headquarters, Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman stated that the deputy minister is the subject of an active and thorough investigation led by a special investigative team. The Coleman also disclosed that several high-ranking government officials, including other deputy ministers, have been summoned for questioning as part of the broader investigation process.
This is the team of investigators that have been working on this particular case over the last few days. As you're seeing around the table, this body has been working tirelessly since this allegation came about. So, what I would like to do, I would like to begin to walk us through the process as to how this delicate kind of investigation is carried out. So, when we have a complaint of sexual abuse that we put at the police station, we first and foremost refer the case to the six accredited medical facilities around Nigeria for evaluation. It comes back to the police. The police review the report and begin the investigation from there. The investigation of that nature was immediately followed at two center. And all these are all the steps that have been taken as far as this allegation is concerned. The report has come in. There is an indication that yes, indeed, the victim was temporary. So immediately, the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, the Ministry of Justice and prosecutors, and the Federal National Police investigators are being going back and forth. Fortunately, this particular CCTV camera, so the investigators are going on the scene to review the footage of the camera to try to corroborate the statement of of the victim. We spoke to the victim, we spoke to the father, we spoke to aunties, all of the persons of interest that have been named in the investigation, including the suspect. We've brought the suspect in for questioning. We've taken statements from him at different levels, and the investigation is still ongoing. Yesterday, the entire group, at first the police went there to review the footage. Yesterday, this entire party went in, reconstructed the crime scene, came back today for us to be. We've been here since this morning, going back and forth doing analysis, pulled the victim back in to speak to her. So we just pick up some new pieces of information from the victim. will require a further investigation before on additional employees of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, including deputy ministers as well, to come in for us to speak with them. We've prayed the court for a subpoena of the core log of the deputy minister who's being accused. That core log is a very important part of the investigation because the geospatial data analysis would now point us to placing him exactly to where the allegation is if substantiated.
Police RG Gregory Coleman there giving updates on the rape allegation involving Deputy Minister Brian McGill. Eternity National Congress political leader Elizana Cummings has issued a strong call to the Liberian government to focus its anti-drug effort on tackling drug importers. He emphasized that tackling the source of illicit substances is crucial in addressing the country-growing drug crisis. Begin on Wednesday to large group of disadvantaged youth in the West Point community. Comments expressed their concern over the devastating impact of drugs on the Liberian young people.
I'm here today not as a political leader. I'm here because I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a uncle, and this issue has faced you, affects everyone, affects all of us in Nigeria. It is an emergency or a national emergency, not because we're talking, but because it affects you and your life. And you know that this problem of hopelessness, this problem is a poison, it's a weapon of mass destruction. And we have to stop because it is killing our young people. It is affecting your future. And that's why we get so much about it. Again, as a father, as a grandfather, as a uncle, as a cousin, this is a people and the government, all of us have to help. But the government has to take the lead because to stop the drugs in Nigeria is what the government has to do. They have to go after the PCs, the people that are bringing the drugs in the country, right? That's what we're talking about. And only the government can go after the people in the PCs. They can change, seize their property, so they can stop poisoning us. They can stop poisoning you. And then on the other side, it's like everybody can help. But the government has got to take the lead, but we all can help. This is about making sure we provide the means to help you stop. It's about trying to find jobs for you. It's about giving you skills, right? So you can feed yourself, you can feed your family, and you can get out of this drug business.
The NC political leader Elizana Komide is speaking. Well, we have an hour now past the news presentation. There is a reminder that you're listening to the Wednesday, the 17th, 2025 edition of King's News. 45 minutes of news about Liberia and the rest of our own world. We're taking a very short break. When we come back, we bring you more development. Welcome back and thanks for being there. A women's advocacy group operating on the ban on Liberian women against rape and gender violence has criticized the Ministry of Gender for what it described as the ministry's failure to act on rape allegation involving Brian McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth Development at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The group said it stands forms part of a broader effort to advocate for justice for women and girls in Liberia and to ensure that perpetrators of rape and gender-based violence are held accountable. Reading the petition statement Wednesday at the Ministry of Gender, the group's spokesperson, Otto Kennedy, expressed frustration over the ministry's alleged silence on gender-based violence cases in the country.
We, the members of the Librarian Against Rape and Gender-Based Violence (LWARO), review a coalition of women, survivors, advocates, and concerned citizens, present this petition with heavy hearts, but with Nigeria continues to experience a disturbing race in sexual and gender-based violence (SGBV), with women and girls bearing in persistent reports of rape, malsolutions, and physical violence against women and children, not only to destroy lives, but also undermine our national values of justice, dignity, and equality. From January to October 2024, Labra recorded 2,759 cases of rape, with Colorado County alone, according to accounting for 1,902 cases, approximately 68.7%. These statistics were provided by the Gender Ministry during the launch of the 16-day Advocate Against Gender-Based Violence campaign. Below are only few examples of many gender-based violence cases that demand urgent attention. One, Nova County. A 10-year-old school girl was sexually harassed by her teacher who concurred into sex after she fell unashamed. Dr. Ajiafe Hospital has confirmed she will suffer long-term health circumstances from this assault. Two, Internal Affairs Ministry abuse. In August 2024, the Internal Affairs Minister Francis S. Limne Senior publicly abused a poor Liberian woman who has sought employment. Since December 2024, there has been no official response from the Ministry of Gender or the government of Liberia. This silence raises concern about whether the ministry continues such crimes. Three, in August 2025, Ms. Poto Romana, a 38 years old mother of five, was tried and physically assaulted along with her baby in the ring by the order of traditional leaders because she did not participate in the town cleaning exercise. To date, there has been no update from the government of Liberia or the Ministry of Justice regarding this incident. Four, Deputy Minister J. Brian McGill case. We are deeply alarmed by the recent allegation of rape involving Deputy Minister of Defense, Minister J. Brian McGill. Despite the seriousness of these allegations, we have yet to hear any response from the government of Liberia or the Ministry of Gender. This case cannot and must not be swept under the carpet.
Why in response to the view of petition, the assistant ministers from the Ministry of Gender showed a group that their concerns will be addressed and reaffirm the government's commitment to combating gender-based violence in Liberia.
You have heard your cries, and like I said, this is not a one person fight. It's a whole country of us. We have just cried and somebody else now, family welcome to our children. For the place we sit, we can assure you that all the actions that you have outlined here will be looked into and possible addressed. Only we are in the process of organizing a national GDP conference. We will need all of you to plan this conference together. We want to hear from our market women. We want to hear from our survivors. We want to hear from our partners. What can we do as a country to fight this killing us? It's killing our children. We are getting food. We will work with you. Our offices are open.
This next development, over 500 citizens in Monserrato County have benefited from a free medical treatment provided by Kid Incorporated. Citizens in five different locations, including Painesville, Broadville, Virginia, and other parts of the country, were beneficiaries of the initiative. While speaking to reporters, the founder of the Community Action for Reintegration and Empowerment, Corrad Bajwa, asserted that the medical initiatives aimed at rendering assistance to the underprivileged.
I'm very glad to be here today and at the conclusion of our over a week long mobile medical outreach across Montserrat County and its environs. It's been very, very impressive. The reception from the various communities across Montserrat County has been very, very overwhelming. It's been very, our people has been very excited, knowing fully well that we can provide these services at no out of pocket uh, charge for our people. Is a step in the right direction, and our people are so excited. They're so grateful for all the services that Care Liberia, uh, has been provided over the last week. We've been able to reach out to over 5,000 inhabitants across Montserrat County. And that has, our mobile clinic this year has improved as compared to last year. What we did, a little over 3,000 people. So every year we try to, make improvements. We try to work with new partners with different specialties to be able to affect the life of our people. Next year we are anticipating adding cataract surgeries, where we're going to do cataracts. In Liberia, we see a lot of people, coming down with cataracts. So we want to be able to, make that accessible for our people.
Also speaking, the research director at Care Incorporated for Health Center noted there are numerous medical challenges confronting Liberians, including malaria, typhoid, and high blood pressure, among others, adding that the institution is excited to render assistance to the public.
Yeah, we're happy to do the medical initiative to help the Liberian people. We know they have a hard time with malaria, typhoid, uh, blood sugar. So we're happy to come help them and help alleviate some of their pain. Oh, I love the Liberian people. I lived here for 2 years. I was here during Ebola, so I get to know the people. They're very friendly. They have big smiles, and I like to be around them and get to know them and have many friends here. Yeah, while I was living here, I saw the need and opportunity to help people. I then met Conrad Bajura and got to know the work he was doing, so I decided to join his team and support him in his work here in Liberia for the people of Liberia. Yeah, we're happy to be here. The people are very grateful. We hope that our services has improved their health so they can do more things and support their families. We look forward to coming back. We are looking to expand our services. This year we bring ultrasound to help the medical team, and we want to expand the eye, maybe to start helping with some of the cataracts.
For her part, the coordinator of the History Smart Foundation roles have reaffirmed the institution's commitment to dental hygiene education to Liberians.
I am the coordinator for the Hershey Smiles Foundation, and I coordinate dental trips. So this year, again, this is our third trip here. We are coordinating with CARE, Conrad and Dr. Adolphus. So we are really happy to partner with them. They take very good care of my team. So they help us get our work done. I've taken dental teams to different other parts of the world. The teeth are very different here. You guys have really strong teeth. It really makes my dentist work hard just to extract one tooth. And so it's the dentists work really hard to, help relieve the pain for a lot of people. Yes, usually when I bring a dental team into the country for the first I'd say 3 to 5 years, we're just extracting teeth. Later on in the years, we implement a lot of dental hygiene education, like teaching them that it is important to brush your teeth. Even if it's just the toothbrush, no toothpaste. It's just doing it after you eat makes a big difference for your your health of your mouth. Really the dental concerns are the same no matter where I take my teams, and it's really getting that education and teaching the people the importance of taking care of your mouth, so you can eat and you can drink.
The local humanitarian organization, the Paul Foundation, has extended support to 20 schools in Nema County through the distribution of school materials and scholarships. Begin during the presentation at the school Sally School into a rival education district. The foundation's spokesperson, Daniel Gade, said the initiative aims to ease the financial burden on parents, many of whom struggle to send their children to school.
Our CEO is in America. Her name is Queen Kitty Bokule Jetala. She was a one that used to go. She from Bible way. She kind going to school Bible way. Then when she left the she went Africa. God bless her. She went to America. And when she was very small, she has always had that thought. You are always be thinking, if God bless me, I become a big person. I won't help my brothers and sisters. When I take myself for the same man with the same power, I won't help people. Even people I don't know, I won't help them. She don't just doing it, but then he has just single she has just been doing it. So in 2023, we follow the organization, we call it Community Foundation. They have been helping people. Now just really just to be a carry go, in that go in your own time and all area. But then this time she says you don't do in your hometown. You go almost across the market. So grace them is that the fullest school is going to the town. We also have 4 persons. They start to pay their registration fee. Yeah, you go to government school, they do social rent. So registration, your PTA, all the small things. You be supposed to pay for 4 persons. Eh?
First of all, I want to thank the Bokule family for the kind of donation they have brought to the school because those are some of the things we want to experience in Liberia because if somebody can learn from here and go and teach back to try and engage with the people, it's a very great thing that we see.
An officer of the Monrovia State Corporation identified as Major Francis Johnson facing serious accusations of assisting failing to provide financial and emotional support for his 13-year-old child despite a court order. Speaking to reporters in Monrovia Wednesday, the child's mother, Manon Nyanti, detailed the long history surrounding Major Johnson's involvement in the child's life. Nyanti recounted that at no time of the child's birth, Major Johnson's late father was the source of assistance, stepping in to support her through the challenging early stages of motherhood.
2011, I had a pregnancy. We were working, and then when we had him, we had an opportunity to go all the time. So we went all the time. At that time, we were in school. So with my mother, I gave birth. So the late father started helping, showing consent. So we then on and on, off and on. God will have the child was like 2 to 3 years, and he came back all the time. And he came here, apologized to my people that we should let him go. He was not here to, was not fine with him. So he took the labor to his sister. He was so rescued. He took the labor to his sister. The boy was there. But then he was not step on with the boy and went for the boy after the boy back. When his father was leaving, his father was still showing the person as a grandfather. Since that Johnson was still the same, I was not happy. So I decided to just let everything go. My mother asked me, say, just let Johnson with me because for now, Tina, for your two in school, Johnson not working for me. So the two of us were separate ways. I moved. I stopped seeing Josie the past 5 years. One of Josie was inside here. One day, I was volunteering with the Moran State Police as a state police officer. Sitting on the desk, I saw the fellow standing before me. Wanted to know the guy is my son's father. This is Princess Johnson. So I pretended that I don't know him. The two of us we then get out. We went with the Moran State Police. The two of them pretend that we don't want another. But then he couldn't set him free. He went to the former state police officer, which is Kenny Harry. He went and told Kenny Harry, he said, oh, do you know that the lady who on the desk serving as a desk officer, she's my daughter, my son's mother? So Kenny Harry said, no. He said, no, she got a child, big child. So Kenny Harry said for me. I told him, I said, Director, I want to be part with Justin because the way Justin behaved to me, I just decided to let everything go. Just for his father and his They start showing him. Maybe for him, he want to show that person. Oh, the other says, forget about it. Everybody talk to him. So he started to move. The child was 6 years. 7 years is going the same old story. Now, to cut story short, the child is now 13 years, 4 months. So far, last year, the child went on an operation. Before then, I called Josie. I said, Josie, the child is not well. So you need definitely you need to help me for all of generate form as a parent to carry the for on a safe operation. They say, I do not have money. You know, I not my salary. You working more than me. Your salary more than me. You earn more money than me. So I said, no, Josie. I'm carrying for people. I'm scared which is out of wasting. I was wasting is one. I'm scared in the Morgan City police. And I was safe for him. And I was telling him, no, Josie, you have to show all your responsibility as a father. So he when he took loan, he paid the money. I took when I took loan. So oh, well, pay the money. The operation was safe. Last year, school year, I told him, I said, Johnson, school coming up open. I want you to help me with the child. I'm working to everything. I've been doing everything from the day of the child up to now. You check in and out. You have a lady you were married to the first year.
And now away from home, former Arsenal footballer Thomas Partey has denied raping two women and sexually assaulting a third lady. Ghanaian midfielder pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of rape, one charge of sexual assault when he appeared at the Southwark Crown Court. The alleged offenses took place between 2021 and 2022 when the 32-year-old regularly played in the Premier League for Arsenal. He was charged 4 days after leaving the North London club following the expiration of a contract at the end of June. Ate was granted bail until his trial, which is due to start at the same court on 2nd November next year. Well, this is how we come to the end of today's edition of the news program. Before we take leave of you, reminder of top stories we close it for. Liberia National Police discloses that Youth and Sports Deputy Minister for Youth Development, who is at the center of the rape controversy, has not been officially arrested despite reports confirming that the victim was tampered with. On International Congress, political leader Alexander Cummings challenges the government of Liberia to focus its anti-drug effort on tackling drug importers. Describes the widespread of drug abuse in the country as a national tragedy. The Secretary General of the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change, Jefferson Koji, accuses President Joseph Boyka and the Unity Party government of engaging in what he described as economic terrorism against political opponents and the Liberian people. Away from home, former Arsenal footballer Thomas Partey has denied raping two women and sexually assaulting a third woman. On this note, we'd like to say many thanks to our reporters and editors for making today's news presentation of success. St. Andrews brought us the news bulletin. I'm Stephen Conton. Thanks for listening and watching.